It's almost fitting that one of my 5 favorite actors of all time is the subject of my first top 5 on my Kevflix YouTube page. Hey guys, welcome to another Kevflix video review. Today's video is going to be counting down my top 5 Denzel Washington movies in honor of the Magnificent Seven, which comes out this weekend. I'm going to count down my favorite movies, which will be based on the movie quality and the performance by Washington himself. I'm going to try to punch this out in under 5 minutes so I can really call this a top 5 in under 5. Here we go. At number 5 on my list is Flight. Flight is Washington's most recent Oscar nomination, and it is a compelling character study that looks at inner demons and coming to terms with yourself. Washington brings an incredible amount of depth and pathos to Whip Whitaker, a boozing, drug-using pilot who is under investigation after his plane malfunctions and is forced to crash land while saving nearly everybody on board. Washington's performance, mixed with director Robert Zemeckis' visual flair, blend together to make an exciting, emotionally stirring film, which includes the upside-down plane landing, which is still one of my favorite scenes of the decade. At number 4 on the list is Two Guns. Two Guns gets a spot on the list for Denzel Washington being badass and having fun while doing it. This isn't a groundbreaking performance, nor a groundbreaking movie, but goddamn is it a lot of fun. Washington and co-star Mark Wahlberg have pitch-perfect chemistry as two undercover lawmen who get into some serious shit with a Mexican drug lord and corruption within their units. The plot is a cool, twisty thriller and the action is explosive, with a shoot-'em-up finale that will slap a smile on your face that won't quit. Washington's charm is in full force, and he's as badass as ever. I'm sure there are better performances in Washington's career that deserve recognition, but Washington has never had this much fun in any movie. At number 3 on my list is American Gangster. It is amazing to think how underappreciated this movie really is. This true story about the rise and fall of New York crime lord Frank Lucas is an epic cat-and-mouse gangster thriller. Directed by the legend Ridley Scott, this is the best film Scott has made this millennium, making an engrossing, gritty film that feels like it belongs in the 70s. Washington is superb as Lucas, the methodical, business-savvy gangster who takes over New York. Russell Crowe gives a great performance as Richie Roberts, the cop on Lucas's tail, and Josh Brolin is a standout as the corrupt detective who messes with both Frank and Richie's life. This is a gangster classic. At number 2 on my list is Malcolm X. This is how a biopic should be made. Spike Lee's sprawling, fascinating look at the life of the controversial black activist is massive in scale yet intimate in story. We see X go from a young street gangster to his ministry as a member of the Nation of Islam. Lee shows us parts of X's life that we wouldn't have seen, really giving us a full picture of the man. This is the best performance of Denzel Washington's career. He really transforms himself more than any other performance. He has the look, the voice, the unique speech patterns, and brings the fire and intensity X was known for. Criminally robbed of his Oscar, this is one of the greatest performances I've ever seen on screen. Number 1 on my top 5 Denzel Washington movies is Training Day. Training Day is one of the most important movies of my life. I saw it when I was 13 years old, and after I saw it, something clicked in my mind that transformed my brain into what it is today. This was my favorite movie for about 3 years. I was so riveted by the whole movie, from the realistic street violence to the story to the Oscar-worthy acting by Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke, and I still am to this day. Alonzo Harris is unlike anything Washington has ever played before because he is a villain. Washington was always the leading man up until this point, the protagonist who would save the day. Not in Training Day, he plays a corrupt cop who takes a rookie, played by Ethan Hawke, on a tour of the streets of LA, where he is exposed to drugs, violence, and corruption of the highest sort. Washington lights up the screen. He is a ticking time bomb waiting to explode, and you cannot take your eyes off of him. For being such a terrible person, you love Harris, and that is because of what Washington brings to the performance. Training Day is an all-timer for me, and it is the best Denzel Washington movie. So there you go. Those were my top 5 Denzel Washington movies. Which ones did I miss? Which ones did you like? Which ones didn't you like? I know that there's probably a few that, like, some blatant omissions, but I only had 5 choices. What do you want from me? Top 10 would have been easier, but that's not fun. I want to do it the hard way. Just comment below on the movies that you wish were on the list, movies that you liked, didn't like. And then just make sure to follow Kevflix on Facebook by just searching it in the search engine. Follow me on Twitter at Kevflix. Follow me on Instagram at Kevflix. And just visit the site, www.kevflix.com. Leave comments there. Read all our articles. It's been going on now for almost a year, which is pretty cool. So keep an eye out for that. Just keep a lookout for my Magnificent Seven review, which should be coming up within the next day or so. So that's all I got for today. And look, I did it under 5 minutes. Goals. Top 5 under 5. Just stay classy and don't do anything stupid.